The fullness of spirit. Eleanor loved food. Not just liked it, but truly, deeply loved it. Every meal was an adventure, a symphony of flavors and textures. She savored each bite, a contented hum often escaping her lips. For Eleanor, eating was a joy, a comfort, a constant companion in a world that sometimes felt too loud or too quiet. Her plate was never quite empty for long. A second helping, then perhaps a third, would often find its way to her. Just one more bite, she'd tell herself, the words a familiar lullaby. The satisfaction was immediate, a warm, fuzzy blanket wrapping around her. But sometimes, after the last bite, a different feeling would creep in. A heaviness, not just in her stomach, but in her spirit. A whisper of guilt, a fleeting thought that perhaps just one more bite had become too many. She'd push the thought away, promising herself tomorrow would be different. Tomorrow, however, often looked much like today. The aroma of freshly baked bread, the allure of a sweet treat, the comforting crunch of a snack, they were irresistible. Her resolve, like a delicate pastry, crumbled easily under the weight of her desires. The mirror reflected a woman who felt increasingly trapped. Her clothes felt tighter, her movements a little slower, and her energy, once boundless, seemed to wane. More than the physical changes, it was the emotional weight that burdened her most, the cycle of indulgence and regret. One quiet evening, as she sat alone, a profound weariness settled over her. It wasn't just physical fatigue, it was a weariness of spirit, a longing for something more than the fleeting pleasure of food. She yearned for a different kind of nourishment, a deeper satisfaction. She remembered her grandmother, a woman of quiet strength and gentle wisdom, who always found solace in an old, leather-bound book. Eleanor had seen it many times, but never truly understood its depth. Now, a quiet curiosity stirred within her. With a hesitant hand, Eleanor opened the book. Its pages, thin and brittle with age, whispered stories of ancient times and eternal truths. She began to read, her eyes scanning the words, searching for a glimmer of understanding, a guiding light in her confusion. A passage from Proverbs caught her eye, its words speaking directly to the struggle she knew so well. It wasn't about food directly, but about self-control, about the power of the spirit over the desires of the flesh. She read it again, and then a third time, the wisdom sinking deep into her heart. Proverbs chapter 23 verses 2-3 echoed in the quiet room. If you are a big eater, put a knife to your throat. Do not crave his delicacies, for that food is deceptive. The words were stark, a powerful call to moderation and discernment. It wasn't about deprivation, but about freedom from the deceptive allure of excess, a path to true nourishment for her body and soul. Eleanor knew it was a journey, but she felt a newfound strength to begin.